Finally, The Rock has returned to Friday Night Smackdown, and he's come to collect Cody Rhodes' soul. Your soul is mine. Apparently, he likes his Mortal Kombat. Shane Song, classic character. I am a Scorpion fan myself. Liu Kane's number 2. That's a lie. Sub-Zero's number 2. Liu Kane's number 3. Johnny Cage. Ooh. Then it just gets muddy because I love everybody. I love all the characters. Let's get to the actual review. Hello all! Oh, what? Oh, super chat. Thank you.
Cody says no. Cena, Punk will say yes to The Rock.
I love my fan base. My fans are good, storytelling, freaking fantasy booking, fortune telling, future predicting, wise fans. Everyone sees what's happening here. I can't be the only person that sees what's about to happen. I saw a lot of people on social media last night. By the way, I do apologize for waiting a day to do this review. I'll explain why in a second, but let me go ahead and get to why you're here. I saw a lot of people very upset at that Rock segment. Well, they're upset that The Rock is back anyways. Taking time away from the people who do what they do. These guys are here 52 weeks a year, and they're putting their bodies on the line. They deserve the main event of WrestleMania. We're really doing this again. We're really going to do this again. Guys, what draws the most money deserves the main event of WrestleMania. See, that argument worked with Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan was also drawing money. Daniel Bryan was also selling merchandise. Daniel Bryan was WWE's biggest star, despite the fact that Vince McMahon didn't like him. That's why that argument worked for Daniel Bryan. It ain't gonna work for B-Fab. It ain't gonna work for DIY. It ain't gonna work for Damian Priest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment The Rock showed up, because this is a super chat party session.
WM ending with Cena, Punk in place of Austin at WM 17.
Essentially. But the moment The Rock showed up is when it felt like WrestleMania. I'm sorry. I love and respect every single person that goes out there and puts their body on the line for my entertainment. I'm always going to be there to respect them and support them because of what they do. But that doesn't entitle them to a spot at WrestleMania. If your feud is hot, if your stories are hot, if you're a great performer, and people are willing to spend bucket loads of money on you, you're gonna get a spot at WrestleMania. It's that simple. And
will you stream for NXT on Tuesday?
That's Cincinnati, right? That's the show with Ricky Starks, and the Hardys. Yeah, sure. But like my point is this. We have to understand that this is a business. This is a business first. And I don't want to sound like Vince McMahon, best for business. Bullshit. When Vince McMahon was doing it, he was doing it for him. Triple H, Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, even Dwayne The Rock Johnson, everything they do is geared towards what is going to draw the most money. I hate to say it to y'all. I hate to break it to y'all. But some of your favorites, LA Knight, R-Truth, they're not going to draw the money that Dwayne The Rock Johnson does. They never will. They can try. They might get close. But The Rock is a whole new level of star power. He is literally an A-lister in Hollywood. So forgive me if I'm not that upset that they blew up whatever plans they had on SmackDown. Forgive me if I'm not upset that Liv Morgan didn't have another match with Naomi. Sorry. I felt like the segment they did was much more impactful any goddamn ways. Sometimes when plans change, it's for the better. Is that always the case? No. But this idea that The Rock comes in and steals the spotlight from people, that wouldn't be happening if people could meet that standard. Are there wrestlers right now in WWE that can meet that standard? Absolutely. But have they met that standard? No. So if I'm Triple H and The Rock says that he wants to be at WrestleMania, guess what's getting ready to happen? So no, I'm not upset that The Rock has taken the spotlight from the roster. What roster? SmackDown has been absolutely atrocious. And unfortunately, even with The Rock there, SmackDown is absolutely atrocious. So who cares, right? He might as well be on there. I'm sorry, the only thing worth talking about on this particular episode is The Rock coming out doing his best impression of Shang Tsung. Your soul is mine. Telling Cody Rhodes, I want your soul. And that's all anybody's talking about, because everyone's like, what the fuck does that mean? We know what it means. He wants Cody Rhodes to be his champion, his corporate champion, like The Rock was the corporate champion of Vince McMahon. He wants his corporate champion, and he wants Cody to be it. It's that simple. It's not that hard to figure out. So we know what the storyline is. The Rock and Cody Rhodes will meet again at Chamber, and they'll decide then if Cody wants to be his champion. I have a feeling he's going to say no. And that's okay. Because ultimately, who needs to be The Rock's corporate champion shouldn't be Cody Rhodes. Can it be Cody Rhodes? It could be Cody Rhodes. I'm cool with it being Cody Rhodes. I don't mind it being Cody Rhodes. But I'm not expecting it to be Cody Rhodes. I have two people in mind. The obvious one is CM Punk. That's the one that everyone's going to. CM Punk. CM Punk. He should be the corporate champion. They could go with CM Punk. Paul Heyman owes him a favor. He leaves Roman Reigns to join him, and then CM Punk joins up with The Rock. We have a new heel champion. He gets the main event WrestleMania and win the title in the main event along with The Rock. Massive heel heat for CM Punk. Great spot for him, too. And a story for Cody Rhodes. That would be interesting. Finally. We can do better. We can do so much better. What if, instead of CM Punk, we go with number 2? What if we went with a man that hasn't won a match since 2018, a singles match since 2018? What if we went with the man that is currently having his very last run before he retires? What if we went with the man that after WrestleMania 41, he will never have another main event at WrestleMania? He will never have another opportunity to compete for that WWE Championship. Ever. This is it. What if the corporate champion finally giving us the heel turn we've been begging for what, 2 decades now? What if it is John Cena? This story is too perfect. It is too perfect for John Cena. That man practically cut a heel promo at the press conference following Royal Rumble, saying it's best for business that he goes on to win WrestleMania and become number 17. And The Rock helps him. He turns heel. Because I've always thought about this. When John Cena announced his retirement, I said to myself, okay, that's great, but what is Cena going to do? Is he just going to show up and lose every single match? Why? That would not be a great way for him to go out. I would think if you're coming back for one last run, you gotta win a championship. That was my mindset. And I'm thinking, man, if Cena's gonna have a run with a title, do we want it to be the same old babyface John Cena run? Or do we want it to mix it up? do we want to mix it up? I think it might be time to mix it up. I don't know what we're doing with The Rock. I don't know what we're doing with Cody Rhodes. I would think by this point in time, next week, because next week is, of course, Elimination Chamber, we'll know. I would hope by then we'll have a clear direction. Because we could still get Rock versus Cody, but honestly, nah. I'm starting to think that if we're not going to do Rock and Roman here, because this is the place to do it. Roman and Rock are not doing anything. Seth is clearly involved with CM Punk. Cody is clearly going to fight the winner of Chamber. So we'll see. If they go with CM Punk, it'll be CM Punk, Cody with The Rock by CM Punk's side, and then we'll do Seth and Roman. But if Cena wins, then of course they're going to do Cena and Cody. Punk will take on Seth. What does Roman do? People say a triple threat between Roman, Seth, and CM Punk, and I'm like, why? That seems kind of random-ish. I would rather it be Punk, Punk, Cody, and then Seth and Roman. That's a much more proper WrestleMania singles match. But then what does Cena do? Fight Logan Paul? No, sir. Mm-mm. But see, it gets a little messy, though. So I have no idea what they're going to do. Maybe The Rock isn't wrestling. Maybe The Rock is just not going to wrestle. And maybe Roman's just not going to wrestle. I don't think so. We'll see. I'm hearing that The Rock has a movie schedule he has to clean up and fix because of some reshoots, whatever the hell. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll figure it out. Because I was thinking, man, this is the perfect time to do Rock and Roman in Las Vegas and get it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. Listen, people are going to stop asking about it once it's out of the way. Once it's out of the way, they'll stop asking about it. But if you were ever going to turn Cena heel, this is when you do it. This is when you do it. I don't think there's anything else that could top Rock versus Roman other than a John Cena heel turn. If we're not going to do The Rock versus Roman Reigns, which is a travesty, like how long are you going to hold that one off? If we're not going to do it here, the one thing that can replace it, that can make up for that, is a John Cena heel turn. They can always go with CM Punk, I guess. And that would be great for Punk. It would be a great spot for CM Punk. But you know what would even be better than that? A heel John Cena. A heel John Cena on his last run where he can drop the belt. Listen, I always keep saying this. You can always just get the belt right back to Cody. I would 100% be okay with John Cena winning this belt and then dropping it right back to Cody Rhodes before he retires. Make Cody chase him. Make Cody Rhodes chase John Cena. I would love that feud. And then you can tell the same story with Cody, because eventually Cody has to go heel. But now that you broke that, you broke the one thing that you shouldn't break, which is having your top babyface go heel. Now that that line was crossed, who's to say Cody can't do it later? John Cena's desperation to get number 17 would open the door to a heel turn. And I know a lot of people don't want to get their hopes up because they're scared that it might not happen. And I am 100%, I understand that. I'm right there with you. It's like, I don't know, Alyx, man. I don't know if they have the balls to do it. If this was anybody else, if this was Vince McMahon, I'd be right there with you. Triple H, The Rock, Nick Khan. Think about it from this perspective. If you're Nick Khan and you're trying to go with what will make me the most money. At this stage of the game, what will make more sense in terms of drawing interest in WWE, selling out arenas? Having John Cena lose every single goddamn match, but still being babyface John Cena on his last run, or shocking the world, going full Hollywood Hulk Hogan with John Cena before he retires. I have never in my life said this. You will never, ever hear me say this again. I hope John Cena wins. And I hope he goes to WrestleMania. And I hope he wins the WWE Championship. And I hope he does it because the plan is to turn him heel. You can't get any better than that. You cannot get any better than that. If we're not going to get The Rock versus Roman Reigns, this is the next best thing. But we'll see. Whoever is winning the chamber next week, whether it's CM Punk or John Cena, I have a good feeling that person will be The Rock's next corporate champion. Now, they could swerve us. They could do this big swerve where Cody does end up becoming the corporate champion, which would be insane, for the record. That would be crazy, too. If Cody became the corporate champion, and then he went to go fight CM Punk, who is the babyface. I actually would prefer that. That would be nuts. What a main event that would be. Or Cena. A babyface John Cena taking on the corporate Cody Rhodes. Man. I don't know. It just feels like to me, the money match is Cody Rhodes and John Cena. That's the money match. And then corporate John Cena wins. The buzz that will come from that. The buzz that will come from that. Imagine how many people you can get over with a heel John Cena. A heel John Cena versus a Sami Zayn. A heel John Cena versus a Damian Priest. A heel John... Oh my goodness. Just go down the whole goddamn roster. Penta. Seth Rollins. CM Punk. Roman Reigns. Imagine that match. SummerSlam, babyface Roman Reigns versus heel John Cena. Come on, man.
There are only a few moments in history that changed wrestling forever. Hogan forming NWO, Austin joining forces with Vince, and Cena becoming Rock's corporate champion would be one of them as well.
Do it, man.
Book it, Trips.
Book it. As 3 Diglett said, do what's best for business. Don't overthink this. Do not overcomplicate it. I'm already kind of upset that we're probably, I don't know yet, we're probably not getting Rock and Roman.
As much as I love Punk and want him to get his WM main event if they tell a great story with heel Cena, I will absolutely take that.
There will never be another opportunity to tell this story. I'm going to say that again. There will never be another opportunity. If they were ever going to turn John Cena heel, this is it. Look, I have a review to get to, so we'll talk about it more. But I'll just say it like this. If you can't give fans Rock versus Roman, which is what the fans want, that's the match people want. If you can't give them that, you better give them the next best thing. The next best thing right now is a heel John Cena working for Corporate Rock. Corporate John Cena working for The Rock. You made The Rock the ultimate villain. That honestly would make things so much funner.
Corporate Clyde was born from the corporation, corporate ministry. Let's get that heel turn.
The Super Chat champion has spoken. Uh-oh. Corp CA and Three Diggers are in the same room in the same building at the same time, so it's gonna get interesting. All right, there's a lot we gotta get to because there's also some news stories I want to get to involving the women and their issues with creative. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about The Rock's press conference comments too about him saying not everything has to lead to a match. So it says
Corporate Clyde sucks though.
I mean, why you coming late? I was gonna read it. Corporate Clyde sucks. I told y'all, I'm gonna let them go at it. I'm gonna let those two go at it and have a little fun. But we're gonna go ahead and move things along. We got a lot to talk about. And so I want to thank you all for joining me on this live Saturday afternoon because we usually go live immediately after SmackDown. And I think it's good that I'm experimenting with different days because sometimes when I'm live after the show, there are hundreds of other people who are live. And that competition can hurt my numbers, but not a lot of people are live in the afternoon following, the day following. And I'm already seeing better numbers as a result. I saw better numbers for AEW. I'm seeing that here for SmackDown. So we'll see how this goes. Raw will remain where it is. Raw immediately afterwards we'll have a review. But AEW and SmackDown, I'm thinking about just having my reviews, live reviews at least, the day following. If it's a great show, I'll do a live stream following on the next day. If it's a bad show, I'll just do an upload. Just see how it goes. Chamber, don't worry. Pay-per-views and PLEs will be immediately afterwards. So Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and then PLEs and pay-per-views will have an immediate review right afterwards. So you don't have to worry about the PLEs, the major shows. What I'm talking more about is SmackDown, AEW, especially SmackDown, because this episode of SmackDown, oh, it was bad. It was bad. Even with The Rock there. You had The Rock. You had The Rock on your show, and it still sucked. How do you have The Rock and your show still suck? Road Dogg. Remember, Road Dogg is writing the show now. Although Triple H approves it. And The Rock is overseeing it. So I can't really blame Road Dogg now, see? See, Road Dogg has that now. Because before, when Vince was writing it, I could blame Road Dogg. Now, I can't just blame Road Dogg. I gotta blame Triple H as well. SmackDown has not been good. SmackDown doesn't work as a 3-hour show. I get it, USA. Since you lost Monday Night Raw, you need that time slot for advertisers. That's why it went 3 hours. Not because of the show, but because of the advertisers. Because nobody else is watching anything else on USA Network other than WWE. So, as a result of moving SmackDown to USA Network, it had to go 3 hours. I wish it would go back to 2, though. It needs to go back to 2. Because this show is not good. It's not good. I don't know what A&B Combos gave the show yesterday. They'll have to tell me. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't think the show... Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Even with 2 hours, it probably wouldn't have been good. But the 3 hours just make it worse. It just makes it so much worse. Someone just said that the 3 hours is temporary. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But let's go ahead and move on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, give me a follow on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot off the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned, join the cause, expand the brand today, right here in Alyx's World. I want to thank the lovely people over at Venice AI for partnering with me on this lovely broadcast. I know you guys like using ChatGPT. I know some of you like using that DeepSeek. You want something that's going to show you the best results immediately. You want Venice AI. Why, you say? Well, how's about we get a quick word from them before we get to some shout-outs. This broadcast is partnered by Venice AI. Have you ever thought about what an AI is doing with your chat history? Did you know that Alexa listens in to recommend products and Meta retargets us based on what we click? Most AI platforms like ChatGPT store everything you say and attach it to your identity. They even tend to share it with third parties or other unknown entities. One may ask themselves, why am I handing over my data so easily? That's when today's partners come in. Venice AI. Venice AI prioritizes privacy. It is a private, permissionless AI platform that keeps your data safe. Venice AI doesn't spy on you or censor what you create. Your conversations stay in your browser, not on their servers. No downloads or installs required. Just open your browser or your mobile app and start creating. Whether it's brainstorming video ideas or designing thumbnails for your next YouTube video, it even gives you the ability to use different AI models for different results. Venice AI also lets you upload PDFs for summaries and even allows you to tweak how the AI responds. It's all about giving you privacy and flexibility. So if you're ready to level up your experience and keep your privacy intact, you can sign up using my link, venice.ai/Alyx, to get 20% off its pro plan. So don't miss out. Level up your AI experience with Venice AI today. All right, thank you all so much for joining me. As always, show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shiny Nice and 5-star heart. Elias Adibi. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger. The Teflon Don. The Mod Father. We also got Zeno, Enigma, and of course, Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. And like my good friends A&B Convos just said, over 100 people, but only 33 likes. What y'all doing? Get them likes up. It is imperative that you guys like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. I'm seeing some super chats just lingering. Let me go ahead and play them really quickly, and then we'll do some shout outs.
One thing is for sure, as soon as Cody says no, he's signed his fate at Mania and he will not walk out as champ. Cena or Punk will be corporate champ.
Definitely something. Let me see something. Why is the chat taking so long to read my stuff? It should just be immediate. They'll be waiting. There'll be no delays. Is that just a glitch? Yeah, it's probably just a glitch. It says the text delay is 0%. I don't know what's going on. Stream Labs, fix it. So since they are here, and since they are royalty, ladies and gentlemen, please show your love to the premier reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Hello, A&B. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's keep going with the shout outs here. I see George Lewis. I see Slam Tackle TV. I see JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Good to have you here, sir. JJ Bulldog. I see Debit Adams. Former Super Chat Champion Debit Adams. Excuse me. Debit Money. Debit Money Adams. Shadow Star. He says, hey Alyx, I think the people on the internet are arguing about Rock coming back to take the spotlight. It's just them being tired of the part-timers, clearly. Okay, but if the spotlight is constantly going to the part-timers, doesn't that say a lot about the roster? I'm just saying. Tyler Gaming, what's good, Alyx? I'm baffled with that promo from The Rock. Like, what was he up with that? What was up with that? I have no idea. We'll figure it out. I have an idea. We'll talk about it in a second. Our good friend, Jody Bennett. Woo! What's good, Jody? He's fam. Good to have you here. George Lewis says, Just Alyx is the greatest YouTube channel of all time. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I see George Lewis is being nice to me because we had a scuffle on Wednesday. Yeah, almost got himself kicked. But we good now. I hope we're good now. Dragon Man 88, even JD from NY, said the show last night was terrible. He said it sucked. Alright. Well, it's good to know that I'm not in bad company. Did anybody watch Solid Monster's review? What did Solid Monster say? I'm pretty sure Solid Monster hated the show because he doesn't like The Rock. Well, let's do a couple more shout outs. Who else is here? Dwayne Sweetney, Game Shock, Cross 3061980. Wow, the numbers, buddy. The Social Deviant, Trey Lasado, and the last one is going to go to Wayface Killer. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and stop there. If I don't say your name, guys, it's not because I hate you. It's because we have a lot to get to. Including some wrestling news that, trust me, we're gonna have a big discussion about. And, as always, thank y'all so much for choosing me and making me a part of your day. I am grateful. And please give me your thoughts and your grades and scores, and we will look at them right after this review. So, couple of news items. Let's start with the women, and this comes straight from Fightful Select, and you know I'm good friends with Sean Ross Sapp. He'll say that, and he's constantly putting out the best news, and he's always accurate. So when he reported this, it actually surprised me a lot. So let's read this story from Fightful Select. It says, there was a story that got a lot of attention regarding some frustration among women regarding booking in WWE. So here's what Sean Ross Sapp had to say. I have spoken with plenty of women in WWE who are frustrated about the booking of the women. I know there have been some Mania pitches that have been rejected because people are like, token tag matches aren't something that they want to do. Let me reread that because that wording was weird. Basically, they don't want to be in token tag matches, 6 women, 8 women, tag matches just to get thrown on the show. They don't want to do that. They want to have actual, substantial, memorable feuds that people will tune in to watch. He says they want things put on a more even plane in the women's division. So here's my question. When you read that story, the first thing that should come to mind is, who's complaining? Who on the women's roster, main roster, is complaining about creative? I know it's not Rhea Ripley. I know it's not Bianca Naomi, who currently have a fire storyline with who attacked Jade Cargill. I know it's not Liv Morgan. They literally gave that woman the world championship, women's world championship, for a long ass time. Had her beat Rhea Ripley for it. One of the best stories that carried Raw. I know it's not Raquel Rodriguez. She just got back, by the way. What does she have to complain about? I know damn well it's not Tiffany Stratton. It better not be. I know good and hell well it's not Nia Jax. It better not be no goddamn Nia Jax. She literally was champion. It better not be Lyra Valkyria. It better not be no Chelsea Green. So who is it? Who is it currently that would be complaining about creative? The only people I could think about is maybe Natalya, maybe B-Fab, maybe Dakota. Dakota has complained about not getting opportunities, but she's getting opportunities now. I know it's not Roxanne Perez. I know that for sure. It better not be no goddamn Roxanne. She just got there. Shayna Baszler? Probably. Probably Shayna Baszler. Probably Mi-Chan. I can see it being Mi-Chan. Probably Io Sky. Probably Kairi Sane. You know, the ones that don't get a lot. See, I don't even think I can say Io Sky, because she's getting a lot of TV time too. So, what's my point? The ones who aren't getting TV time, Zelina Vega is another one. Thank you for bringing her up. The ones who aren't getting TV time, I can see them being the ones saying, we need more TV time, more creative, more focus on the women, right? Here's my problem with that. This is my biggest problem with people who say, we deserve more TV time, we deserve more stories. You had more stories. You had more TV time. When you get that TV time, and I'll be the first one to say it because I love them, people are sitting on their hands. They're bored. They're not paying attention to your segments. So, what ends up happening, and this is how Triple H operates. Triple H will give you everything. He'll give you TV time. He'll give you a story. He'll give you a direction. He'll put your face on a poster. He'll promote you. But here's the problem. When you get that, you get these opportunities, you need to knock it out of the park. And a lot of times, these women are given, and it's not just the women, but I'm talking about the women in particular right now because of this story. But these women get these opportunities and then don't do anything with it. They don't connect. They suck inside the ring. They suck in the microphone. Or maybe they just don't connect and people don't care. So what ends up happening is that they go in a different direction with other women. And so I think a lot of times when you hear these stories, it comes from people who had opportunities but didn't make the most out of them. And then they want to go, well, I'm not happy with my creative. Make it work. Make it work. Don't complain. Yeah, I get it. There are some times where there are certain people in certain roles that don't get over. I think about Ricochet. Ricochet is killing it right now in AEW as a heel. And sometimes I go, why didn't WWE ever think about turning him heel? How far would he be along right now? Because he's finding himself in AEW, even on the microphone, as a villain. Imagine if they had turned him heel, where would he be right now? And so I have to carry that same logic and aspect with the women. Maybe some of them just need to be heels, others need to be baby faces. Maybe that would get them over. I think about Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria probably needs to go heel first. Turn her heel and let her get a personality, or find her personality, before we give her the strong push, right? We'll see. But clearly, it's got nothing to do with creative, because I haven't been that upset with the women and how they're being focused. I'm very intrigued about this Jade Cargill storyline. I love Tiffany Stratton being women's champion. I love Rhea Ripley being women's champion. And I know that Liv Morgan and Raquel are about to win those women's tag team titles because they're about to split off Naomi and Bianca, because the Jade Cargill storyline is coming to a head. Whoever attacked her, I think it's Bianca, but it might be Naomi. It's going to come forward, and then that will be its own storyline.
I'm surprised that WWE is strapping a Rocket Roxanne already. Broke the record for longest time in a Rumble and now entering the chamber.
And she's making it work. And that's what I'm talking about. Roxanne, she's taking this and she's running with it. And she's going to eat up every single second and make the most out of it. I promise you, this time next year, Roxanne will still be on television. They will not ever not give her television time unless she gets hurt. I promise you, she will be on television by this time next year. You want to know why? Because just like Chelsea Green, they make the most out of every single segment they're in. That is how you get the creative storylines, long-term booking, TV time. By being good at what you do. So if there are women complaining about the lack of creative, it's not because it's not there. It's simply because you were given it and you couldn't make it work, so he's not giving it to you as much. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Like for real. Let me ask y'all this. Out of everybody that you see currently on the women's division, currently on TV, who would you like to see on the main roster? Not NXT. Don't be pulling no Jada Parkers and Lola Vices, because you're right, but they're on NXT. Don't be pulling no Julias or Stephanie Bakers. On the main roster, currently right now, who do you think deserves more TV time? That's not getting it. Don't worry, I'll wait. Who deserves it? Who? Because I think the people who are getting it already deserve that. I can't think of one. Ivy Niles getting TV time each week. Someone said Kiana James. Who's Kiana James? The hell? Michan? See, look, no offense to Michan, I love her. Like, I think she's improved bucket loads inside the ring. And she does have a personality, but that's a hard one, because even I don't know what to do with her right now. I'm not going to have her beat Chelsea Green. That's not happening. I'm sorry. That's not happening. Someone said Nikki Cross. Well, Nikki Cross is going to get more TV time when they bring back the Wyatt Six. So we're going to be good there. See, Zelina Vega? As a manager? 100%. But I'm talking about, like, in terms of the women's roster. I saw that promo she had. No, sir. They're not going to have anything for her. She's better off as a manager. Quite frankly. But in my honest opinion, I believe the women that are getting TV time are the ones that should be getting TV time. The ones currently involved in storylines and creative are the ones who should be involved in creative. I'll keep an eye on things going forward. Maybe creative will get bad, and maybe I'll start coming up here saying, okay, start giving, I don't know, Michan, Piper Niven, whoever, start giving this woman more TV time because she's good. Right? But until I see that woman, I'm not going to come up here and start touting fake outrage because the women aren't getting enough creative. They're getting plenty. They've gotten plenty of creative. I mean, for Christ's sake, the women's division has how many belts? They have the World, WWE Women's Championships, the US IC Championships, and the Tag Team belts. Like, my dudes, like, what else do you want at this point besides more storylines and more characters and more focus? I'm like, goodness gracious, like, and that's just the main roster. Don't get me started on NXT. Do I think the women are booked better on NXT? 100%. Clearly, Shawn Michaels knows how to book and feature the women better.
If Lyra Valkyria defeats Dakota Kai once again in their rematch on Raw, then the crowd will turn on her even more.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Lyra on Monday because the crowd is getting behind Dakota. So we'll definitely see about that. Give me your thoughts about that. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I love the women. But when I hear stories like that, I always go from the standpoint of, okay, who exactly could be complaining about this, and are they right? Again, if a Daniel Bryan comes out complaining, I'm here every week, and I have better segments and better matches. If CM Punk comes out and says, I'm here every week, and I have better segments and better matches, and I draw more money, then yeah, it would suck if they got kicked for Batista. See how that works? But if I'm just going to name someone random. I'm not saying that's what they do, but I'm just naming someone. If the Street Profits, and I love them both, if the Street Profits come out and say, why aren't we getting better creative because they're mad that The Rock came in, I'm going to be like, sit your behinds down. If R-Truth came in, where's my creative? Because The Rock came in and took his spotlight, sit your ass down. Get good. Sorry. Get on his level. And then maybe you could be treated like The Rock. So I look forward to hearing your thoughts on that situation. Also, really quickly, I did see that Carmella, the wife of Corey Graves, is now a free agent. Because she's currently dealing with some medical issues. It's looking like she might not be able to return to the ring. So keep an eye on her. I think those are all the big major stuff. The rest of the news ties into essentially what we're getting ready to talk about, which is SmackDown. So we'll just go through SmackDown. And a lot of this stuff, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of this stuff, I'm just going to probably glance over and gloss over because show is not good. And they had a good crowd, too. They were in New Orleans. New Orleans is always a great crowd. But that show is not great. So they announced that Cody has been taken out of the six-man tag because The Rock is here. And so the six-man tag turned into a tag match with Solo taking on Jacob Fatu. Solo and Jacob Fatu taking on Damian Priest and Braun Strowman. But we will be seeing Solo and Jacob Fatu taking on each other in the future. That's definitely a WrestleMania match. Definitely. But Cody was taken out of the match because The Rock's like, I want you to meet me in the middle of the ring. I'm just saying. That's kind of how he said it. He might as well have just said it like that. He might as well. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying he wasn't mocking trouble. Anyways, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about SmackDown. The first match we see is Big Jim. No, yeet. He actually got that over. I am shocked that the crowd is responding to that. Because I would have thought they would have tripped over it, whatever, the first time he tried it. Because I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. They might not respond to that very quickly, but no, they caught on. The no yeet, I kind of like that. It's different, but it's still yeet. And it helps Jay's brother, Jimmy, stand out a little bit more. It doesn't impede on Jay's either. It doesn't make Jimmy feel like he's riding Jay's coattail to a certain extent. He kind of still is, but still. I like it. I like the no yeet. I was very surprised that Jimmy beat Drew McIntyre here. Like, what are we doing? Drew's in the chamber. Why would you have Jimmy beat him? Again, that's one of those things where I'm like, protect the people who are going to be on your shows. Because there's no way in hell I expect Drew to win that chamber. I never thought he was going to win anyways. But can we at least create the idea that he could? So Drew losing to Jimmy was weird. I get they're going for the shock value of it. But you got Chamber next week? So it's probably not a good idea to have your participants losing matches. Just saying. So Drew could probably get that win back and we'll be okay, but I didn't like that. Drew attacked him afterwards. Drew attacked Jimmy afterwards, but the hell? That was just one of those things where I'm like, why would you do that? You just pretty much killed any chances of me thinking that he's going to win. I didn't think he was going to win, but Jesus Christ. Solo rolls up in his, let's just say his limo. And then he walks into the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Yeah. And Jacob Fatu told him, we good. Don't worry about last week. Because if you didn't see last week, Solo attacked Tama Tonga and distracted them enough for the pinfall to be made by Damian Priest and cost Jacob Fatu an opportunity at the world title, or at least the chamber. And Solo walked in saying, hey, listen, what happened last week was not my fault. And then Jacob said, oh, trust me, I get it. It was an accident. Because if it wasn't an accident, you wouldn't be standing here right now. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, we good, man, we good. I said, no, you're not. You next. You not good, you next. Because you already know what's getting ready to happen. You already see the segment coming. They're going to be inside the ring. They're going to go for the hug. And then, whether it's Tongaloa or another Samoan will hit the ring and beat the piss out of Solo. And then we'll get the infamous, I hate you, Solo! That's going to be a hell of a match. Whether it's Zilla Fatu or Hikuleo. One of those, that's one of those Samoans will come in. Some people are saying Zilla Fatu. He is signed, so there you go. Oh man, that's going to be a nice Samoan dynasty. Let me see what's next. Oh. They're doing this tag team with The Miz and Mello. Mello don't Miz. And I'm just like, please, for the love of God, don't do this to me. Don't do this. Look, Mello is a great talent, and I already know why they're doing this, because it's a way to get heat on Mello, because fans are actually starting to like him. which is what they don't want. They want fans to hate him, and what better way to have fans hate him than teaming up with The Miz? I understand why. I just think Melo is just one of those guys. You just need to let the crowd react naturally to him. This was totally a Road Dogg call. Road Dogg sees that Melo is well likable. He's a natural babyface. Naturally. Right? But you don't want fans to cheer a heel. What's a good way to get him booed? By teaming him up with a heel, which is The Miz. And so, I get it. But I don't like the concept. I don't like what they're doing. Melo don't Miz. That's lame. Why? It's lame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's lame. What do you want me to say? It's lame. Whatever. And then R-Truth went out there. We're going to find the best person that represents L.A. The biggest superstar to come out of L.A. It's Louisiana Knight. Get it? L.A., Louisiana. Can we turn R-Truth heel, please? I want Lil Jimmy to come back. I want Lil Jimmy to come back. Please? Please? I get it. But Jesus Christ. I want Lil Jimmy back, because what the fuck? God, that lame ass joke. I get it. Yeah. LA Knight, Louisiana Knight. Whatever. So we had the match. We had the tag match. Shinsuke Nakamura interferes to protect LA Knight and allow the heels to win. Because, again, we're trying to get heat on Melo. Because we want the fans to boo Melo, but Melo's too cool to be booed. So we'll put The Miz with him. Oh, man. The tag team division is garbage right now. Garbage. Just saying. Louisiana Knight. The hell? Is this when we got the women's match? Yeah, Tiffany gets on the microphone, talks about fighting Charlotte Flair, and then Nia Jax and LeRae come out. You know, the more I think about it, that story I talked about earlier about the women complaining, I'm just like, there's a lot of women who get a lot of TV time on both Raw and SmackDown. Like, really stop and think about all the women getting TV time on Raw and SmackDown.
Why is Lyra Valkyria getting credit for being first ever IC Women's Champ, when clearly the IC title has been around the waist of China?
China. You're right. You're absolutely right. Quite frankly, that's the first women's IC champ. But, I think the relationship with China and WWE has gotten better. But let's just be real. She's still not in the Hall of Fame. She is with DX. But not individually.
If Jacob gets a WWE title match and actually wins, he'll get a bigger pop than Cody did at last year's Mania.
That would be crazy if Jacob was to actually get a championship match and win. Smash him over? That would be nuts. It would be nuts. But yeah, this is when freaking Tiffany Stratton made her way out. Called out Charlotte, called out Nia, called out Candice LeRae. And then we had a match between Tiffany and Candice, where Tiffany wins. But then, right afterwards, of course, Nia Jax attacks her. And then here comes Trish Stratus. And, oh my God. Oh, God, it was so bad. It was so Nia Jax lays out Trish and Tiffany. And then she stacks them on top of each other. And you're going to see Nia go up on top of the turnbuckle for the Annihilator, right? And you're like, oh, this would be nuts if she landed this. This is some Yokozuna bullshit. I love it. I love it, right? Nia gets on top of the rope. She does the little bounce. And then coming down, she was so concerned about not hurting Trish that she literally just landed on her feet, sat down on them. I'm not kidding. This is what she did. I'm gonna demonstrate without knocking over anything. So she's coming down, bounce, bounce, and then that's literally what she did. I'm gonna do it again. So she got up, she went bounce, bounce, and sat on them. I said, Jesus fucking Christ. Listen, Nia, if you can't find a safe way to hit that move, maybe you shouldn't have it. That looked so bad. I understand you want to protect. You're trying to protect the women. That wasn't it. That wasn't it, man. That looked so bad. I get it. She didn't want to hurt Trish, but Jesus Christ. That was so bad. That looked so bad. We gotta do a better job with training these women on how to hit these moves without hurting themselves, because that looked bad. I'm sorry, you can't get around it. There's protecting the wrestlers, but then there's also ruining the segment to protect the wrestlers. Just don't do the spot. I would have rather they just laid out. Here's what I would have rather they do. I would have rather they knock out Trish and just do the same Annihilator on Tiffany Stratton. I would rather they do that than what they did before. With Nia Jax sitting her big ass on Tiffany Stratton and then just knocking out Trish. Thank you, 3 Dagless. Exactly. Just give Stratton the drop.
No offense, but Triple H cares more about how many fans are in attendance for a show than actually booking a decent show.
I disagree with that. I don't agree with that take whatsoever. I think that's more so Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel. Triple H is concerned about creative. I will give you this. I think he's more concerned about long-term booking. About, all right, I'm going to make y'all wait until these moments, this point in time, for big moments to happen. If that makes any more sense. I see where you're going with that. I just think what you're trying to say is Triple H waits too long to make certain things happen. Like, he makes us wait months for anything to develop. I mean, they just gotta make the most out of their opportunities. But anyways, Tiffany Stratton gets laid out. Charlotte Flair's on commentary. So Charlotte Flair shows back up. And because Tiffany's laid out, Charlotte just walks back inside the ring and just points at the WrestleMania sign like, well, this is gonna be easy. Because that's what it is. Like, Tiffany can't really be champion until she beats Charlotte Flair. And unfortunately, right now, I don't see that happening. Does that sound mean? Probably, but that's just how I see it. And again, just like I mentioned before, the crowd was not into this match. The crowd was dead for Tiffany and Candice. I don't know what else to say about that. I think after this is... Well, actually, a lot of things happened after this. We got Naomi and Bianca, who were supposed to have a match with Liv and Raquel. Yeah, that didn't happen. So it was supposed to be Naomi versus Liv. And that was advertised, but since The Rock came in, they said, we're just going to make that a segment. So Naomi goes out there to have a match, but then gets attacked by Liv and Raquel, and that's what it ends up being, an attack. So that match got scrapped, and we'll have the Tag Team Championship match on Raw. Hilarious. Not hilarious, but that's just what happened. I loved Alexa Bliss's promo. Alexa Bliss cut a great promo saying that WWE has changed, but not too much. There are still people with insecurities, and she's going to run through them at Elimination Chamber. And she did that whole evil, Lily, Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt-esque twitch where she goes from angry to instantly smiling. Schizophrenic, if you will. Schizophrenia. And I think after this is when we got Chelsea Green, who had like 5 minutes of TV time. I'm cool with that. As long as I get Chelsea Green on my TV set. That's what matters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now we can get to the segment you've all been waiting for. The Rock. Finally, The Rock has come back. So The Rock comes back. First thing we'll talk about, that theme song. So we all know The Rock's infamous theme, If You Smell, and then the transition into the current theme and then his heel theme, right? Love that. Well, this time, you get the initial, If You Smell, and then what sounds like a remix of his current theme. It's rap, though. It's a rap remix, hip-hop remix of his current theme. Right? It sounded like some Def Rebel bullshit, honestly. I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but maybe it's something that will grow on me as time goes by. I would have to listen to it again. But it sounds like a remix version of his current theme. And then it went right into the heel Rock theme. So it didn't last long. It lasted like, 15 seconds? And then it went right into the heel Rock theme, so it was okay. What, Lil Wayne? You lying. It was a Lil Wayne remix? We gonna see. We gonna see. If you're right. I want to hear it. Is the actual theme out right now? People are saying it was Lil Wayne. Because it was New Orleans, right? I get it, but still. Wheezy F, baby. The Rock gets inside the ring, and
The Rock was bipolar ASF last night cause he was praising Cody but telling the crowd to shut up and insulting them at the same time.
That's what I was about to say. The Rock was doing this thing throughout the entire segment that got kind of annoying. Just a little bit. So, The Rock opens up by saying, yeah, you're feeling the energy. We feel the energy in here. New Orleans. Right? And then he does the, finally. And then The Rock has come back to New Orleans. And then he says, and also, finally, WrestleMania has come back to New Orleans. And the crowd goes crazy because WrestleMania 42 is coming to New Orleans, right? And then The Rock did this thing where he starts singing, oh, when the saints go marching in. And then the crowd's singing with them. And then The Rock says, hey, this ain't singing along with The Rock. And the crowd boos him. And you're like, okay, well, there you go. He's a heel. And then he keeps singing, oh, I want to be in that number. And the Saints go marching. And he's like, okay, you know what? You know what, guys? That was good. Thank you so much for singing along with The Rock. It was great. And then he healed on them immediately by saying, trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen. I was like, okay, dude, pick one. The second time I was okay with it. I was like, okay, he flipped on them. just to shock him. But then he did it again. He did it again when he invites Cody out. So he announces WrestleMania 42. And then he invites Cody out. And then he's telling Cody, we love you. The crowds love you. The fans are here for you. We appreciate you for being our champion. And then he flips by saying, you shut your mouth before I slap the syphilis out your face. I'm like, Rock, pick a lane. Pick a lane, bruh. Are you a heel or are you a face? I'm fine with you being either or. But the constant heel turns, we had like 50 heel turns. 49 babyface turns and 50 heel turns in this segment. Where I'm like, dude, I love you, Rock, but pick a lane, my dude. Pick a lane. Which one is it? Heel or face? He's a heel, I know. But that one was kind of upsetting me. I was like, all right, dude, like, stick to the role that you have. We're trying to get someone over, right? And so he finally stuck to a role and went heel ultimately. But it was one of those things where I'm like, watching it for the first time through, I'm like, Rock, my dude, pick a lane. Pick one. All right. I know I would appreciate it if he came in as babyface, but then transitioned into a heel. That would have been fine. But anyways, let's get to the actual point of the segment. So The Rock comes out. He looks at Cody. He says, you are my champion, and I want you to be my champion. But the one thing that I really want is that. And then he points at the championship. And Cody's just like, so you want me to be your champion because ultimately you want a shot at the title. Ultimately, it's all about the title. And The Rock goes, no. No, it's not about the title. It's not about the title. It's about more than that. And then he put his hands out. I don't want the title, Cody. I want your soul. And the crowd went, what? Literally, you could hear the entire world go, huh? Even Cody is like, what do you mean? What? Your soul? And then he just ended it there. He put his hand in his face and says, I'll see you at Chamber for your answer. And then he walked away. No interest music. And then we sat there like, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Your soul? That boy went Shanks on him. Your brother's soul is mine. You will be next. I said, okay. So, we know what he was hinting at. He wants Cody to be his corporate champion. He wants Cody to turn heel and be the champion that he wants to be and become as big as him. So, yeah, we got the story. We got that part. The execution of it, though. And I love Rock. I love him. I'm always going to love him. But I've kind of been feeling this way since that NXT promo where I'm just like, all right, something's off. Something's off about his promos now. Even I can say it, and I love him. I don't know what it is. I think, here's what I think it is. I think what's killing The Rock is that while he is a heel, you can tell he still wants to be cheered and adored by the fans. He still wants to be a babyface. I'm gonna need The Rock to stop doing that. Stop doing the whole heel and face shit. No, pick a lane. Are you a heel or are you a face? Clearly, the plan is to make you a heel if you want to have a corporate champion work on you. Right? So, I'm gonna need you to just stick to that. Be a heel. The crowd comes out, they're chanting him, Rocky, Rock. No, be a heel. Be a heel. I get it. You know, you want to give it back to the fans when they come out, they want to love you. You want to, of course, assure them and you want to reciprocate those cheers with some love. But you're a heel now. Your job is to make fans hate you and get over the heel that's working for you. I'm sorry. I think The Rock is at that age now where he's going to do whatever the hell he wants. He's going to do whatever he wants. And I get that. But in this instance, I have to say the segment felt off because it's clear to us you want us to hate you. But at the same time, you're doing things that make us love you. And you gotta pick a lane, Rock. You gotta pick a lane. You're the heel in the story, you're the villain? Awesome. Do that. Be the heel. Be the villain. Because the story that you're telling is great. Right? I love the story that he's telling. I love this idea of him basically becoming what Vince McMahon was to him. The Rock became a corporate champion under Vince, and now he wants a corporate champion under him. Like we have a corporate champion here, Corporate Clyde. So we get it. It's just, this is one of those instances where I just kind of wish The Rock would rein in himself a little bit. Rein yourself in. You get what I mean? I just feel like
if The Rock is building his own version of the corporation from the Attitude Era and Cody accepts and takes the role of The Rock, who will be the role of Stone Cold?
Well, that would be CM Punk. That one's easy. They have people to be the role of Stone Cold. They have the role of Stone Cold. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. But I just, for me, would appreciate The Rock a little bit more if he stuck to his plan. He stuck to his plan.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order. Corp CA will be beaten at WrestleMania. That's not a prediction, that's a spoiler.
Corp CA will be beaten? Wait. Are you relinquishing the championship, buddy? What's going on? What do you mean you'll be beaten? Wow. So the champ is relinquishing the title? Wow. Is that what we're doing? Are you predicting that Three Diglets will take that belt off of you? Wow, man. He just pulled a Rock. He just pulled a Rock on us. You confused the audience, Corp CA. But see, that's my point. Let me get back to The Rock. What The Rock is trying to do is basically be Vince McMahon and get a corporate champion. We see that. But he made it confusing because he's not... I wish he would be more assertive in his role as a villain. And I think it would make the storyline a lot more entertaining. You want the fans to love you. You want to reciprocate the fans' love. That's fine. But be a heel. Be a heel first. Tell the story. Because I think what you got here is a great story. And long term, it will pay off. It will definitely pay off. But I kind of agree with the criticisms that people have about this segment. It was weird. I love that The Rock is back. I love the story that he wants to tell. But man, I don't know. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'll let you guys have a conversation about that, but yeah, I don't know. It was one of those promos again with The Rock where I'm like, I don't know, dude. Maybe you need to be reined in a little bit. I love you, but let's tell the story properly. You know what I mean? But I think over time, when we get to WrestleMania, it'll all pay off and we'll be fine. But again, I'm starting to notice that The Rock's promos are... Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me missing old school Rock. And he's getting old now, so... He's also in Hollywood, so he's changed. All right, let's wrap up this one.
Corp CA, you can't give in your title, because you are my champion.
What is going on here? So, Three Diglets is taking on the role of The Rock. Corp CA apparently is Cody Rhodes. And so Three Diglets is like, no, you can't give up being the champ because you are my champion. You will hold that belt until WrestleMania where you will lose it properly. That's what he's saying. Well, this storyline just went, what is this storyline? What is going on with these confusing Rock storylines? Not okay. Corp CA, Three Diglets, what are y'all doing? Y'all both just confused me. Stop it. Stop it. Make it make sense. Corp CA, no, you go back to being the heel champion. Corp CA, you're the heel champion, and Three Diglets is chasing you. That makes sense, goddammit. That makes sense. This doesn't make any sense. I don't like it. Three Diglets is chasing you, Corp CA, and he's coming for your belt at WrestleMania weekend. Keep it that way.
Like Shawn Michaels, I lost my smile.
Lord have mercy. What y'all doing to me? What y'all... The Rock's just making all this stuff make no sense whatsoever. Corp CA, you didn't lose your smile. You didn't lose your smile. You're good. You have a great smile. You still got the corporate suit and the title. Lord have mercy. I have to read this because there's a cuss word in it. To sum it all up, I'm his daddy now, his superior, and he's my champion. My bitch. See, Corp CA, you made him call you a bitch. You just gonna take that, sir? Don't take that from him. You the tribal chief. You wear the ulafala. You the man with the plan. Don't let him talk to you like that. Take your belt and defend it at WrestleMania. He lost his smile.
Rock suffered a concussion which made him confused whether he's a face or heel.
Probably. You're probably right about that. Okay, let's just wrap this up really quickly. So we can get back to whatever storyline is going on right here between Three Diglets and Corp CA. So they followed whatever the hell Rock just did. I want your soul. And we'll get the fallout from that at the Chamber next Saturday, because The Rock will be there, with tag matches. Pretty Deadly versus DIY. Who gives a fuck? What I cared about more was the Street Profits coming out and whipping both their asses. And then you had freaking the Motor City Machine Guns come out and get their asses kicked too. So that's more of what I cared about than anything else. I cared more about that than anything else. Then following that was another tag match. No offense to Solo and Jacob. I love Jacob Fatu. Loved his promo before then, but Jacob Fatu and Solo versus Damian Priest and Braun Strowman. You might as well have just... Why didn't y'all just end with The Rock? Like, end with The Rock going, I want your soul, and then cut it off. Because at least I would have been like, huh? Huh? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know. Corp CA just said, thank you, 3D. I appreciate you. Aw, the champ is showing respect to... Hey, what? Why are you showing respect to him? He's your enemy. Tell the story. You had a storyline. What happened to it? But no, the show ends with Jacob Fatu and Solo having a falling out, and so Damian Priest and Braun Strowman win. So there you go. The bloodline's falling apart. And Braun Strowman and Damian Priest get the victory. And that's about it. That's how the show ends. So, like I said, y'all, like, clearly SmackDown has a lot of issues. Clearly. SmackDown is nowhere close. Nowhere close. Nowhere close to being on the level of Raw. It's bad. The 3 hours is not great at all. And other than the premiere episode of SmackDown, every other SmackDown afterwards has not been great. And even with The Rock on there, the show sucked. I don't know, Road Dogg. You probably just put yourself in another position to get hated again. So, if I was to give it a grade, shit, The Rock at least makes it a 5.5, if not a 6. Like, the highest grade I would give this show is a 6. Like, a 6 on my scale would be a C. C, at best. I ain't giving it no 6. It deserves at least a 5 or a 5.5. It was not a good show. And even though I enjoyed seeing The Rock, that segment, I get it. I get why people are like, what the fuck did he just say? And so, as you guys give me your scores, I'm going to talk about what The Rock said at the press conference. Because The Rock did have a press conference right after the show. After telling Cody Rhodes that he wants his soul. Your soul is mine. Here's what The Rock said as a response to a question asking, will The Rock blow off his feud with Cody Rhodes in a match? The Rock said, in the world of professional wrestling, everything culminates in a match. What I love about the character of the final boss in Cody Rhodes is it's not about the title. It never has to culminate in a match. I think to have a popular storyline and two characters that are very popular, to never have to get inside the ring for a match, and have this compelling and off-putting thing, he wants his soul. What does that mean? I loved every moment of it. Okay, so I get what he means, but also I disagree wholeheartedly. No, not everything is about what happens inside the ring. You can have storylines culminate in ways where the blow-off can happen outside of the ring, right? I get that. But for the most part, everything that they do leads to what happens inside the ring. That's how wrestling works. So, of course, when The Rock beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, we all thought, well, that's leading to a match between Rock and Cody. Logically speaking. Is it happening at WrestleMania next year? I don't know. Is it happening at SummerSlam? I don't know. So, logically speaking, yeah, it is going to lead to a match with Cody, right? I don't understand why it wouldn't lead to anything else. This isn't like, because he's talking about the whole thing where Cody came in and took The Rock's spot at WrestleMania, and so now The Rock wants revenge on him and wants to do all that. You know what I mean? It's not like The Rock has never gotten inside the ring with Cody, because it would have made a lot more sense if The Rock never wrestled Cody. The Rock got inside the ring and pinned Cody Rhodes. He pinned him in the middle of the ring. There's only one way you could end a feud like that, with another match. So, while The Rock makes a good point about not all storylines need to end inside the ring, this one does. This one should lead to a match between either him or Cody having some kind of a match under The Rock to fight someone else. So, It has to culminate inside the ring. I don't know. So, y'all give me your thoughts on what The Rock said. Y'all give me your thoughts about that. While I try to make sense of what the hell's happening with 3 Diglets and Corp CA. Because we had Corp CA talking about some... I lost my smile and I lost my championship. And now he's saying, you're not the final boss, 3D, because I want your soul while you just want my belt. I'm confused. They're just trying to confuse us now. They're confusing, and 3 Diglett said. Oh, he made a super chat. Oh, man.
Alyx, your champ is bipolar AF.
I don't know. Something's up, 3 Diglets. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe challenge him for the belt. Maybe this is a good time to challenge him for the belt and see if he'll put it on the line. So then you can at least carry the belt, to WrestleMania and then defend it against Franklin? Maybe he'll defend it. Since you're catching him in a bipolar mood. I don't know what's going on. He's over here talking like, I lost my smile, so I want to lose the belt. So 3 Diglets, have him put the belt on the line. We'll see what happens. Corpse, put your belt on the line. If you put your belt on the line, he can take it. He'll just do a massive donation. Now watch Corpse go. Psych! See you at WrestleMania. Watch him do it. Kid Danger. Hey Alex, how are you doing? Did you watch Purple Sky 11 yet? I have not seen Purple Sky 11. Slam Tackle TV. McIntyre as the champion chosen by The Rock rekindles his main event status, giving him a fresh arc as a corporate sellout who finally gets the goal he's been given. Ooh. We'll see. Uh-oh. Corpse said, stay tuned for my announcement at Chamber. Lord have mercy. He's pulling a Rock. Corpse is pulling a Rock. That's exactly what he's doing. My dude. Corpse is going full heel on 3 Diglets. He's pulling a Rock. He's like, he says, I want to lose my belt at WrestleMania, but wait for my announcement at Chamber. And the announcement at Chamber will be, I am not dropping my belt. You'll have to take it from me. Like Corpse after months of hibernating with bears, training, clanging and banging, to come drop the biggest donation, $4,000 at the Royal Rumble to strip 3 Diglets of that championship. This is how you want it to end? This is how you want it to end? You want to just lay down and let him take it from you? What a way to go out. No, for real. Like, did Lil Wayne make that remix of The Rock's theme? Are y'all playing with me, or is that true? 98% of the time says, I think they tried a Nola Bounce mix on his theme, and it obviously didn't work. We'll see that. Yo, 98% of the time, are you coming for the International Championship next Saturday? Let me know. Corpse I have bigger plans, and 3D will make my dreams come true. I'm lost. I'm lost. And then 3D said you need therapy. I'm lost. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. So clearly, Corpse is not defending the belt tonight, and he's gonna make 3 Diglets wait. As we all thought he would, because he's a heel champion. Okay, let me see here. Sean Swaby says, The Rock is 52 years old, so his voice has changed. A little cause everybody that gets older, their voice changes a little. And I can hear the difference in his voice from how he was 10 years ago. That's why we should have had the match last year. Damn, Three Diglets. Three Diglets called Corpse-EA the worst champion this channel's ever had. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, he has the belt. We love you, Corpse-EA. Jesus, Three Diglets. Let me see what else y'all saying. George Lewis, The Rock is going Vince and the corporation from the Attitude Era. That's literally what it is. It's just the corporation under The Rock. I'm so happy for J.J. Parker, Little Vice, and Tatum Paxley, and Lash Legend, Jakora Jackson, Kalani Jordan, Elektra Lopez, and oh, they're all in WWE 2K25. They just fired Elektra Lopez, but she got a spot in the game? Wow. Ouch. Maybe Rock is taking a lesson from the choke slam Undertaker gave him last year. That's funny. I also saw this story, this is from Shadowstar. I also saw this story about either a week or a few days ago that SmackDown was being rewritten this week. And from watching last night, yeah, clearly there were some things upended. For The Rock to go, I want your soul. Alright, as much as I would like to sit here and let Three Diglets and Corpse-EA battle it out, to be continued, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for me to call it a day. I think, again, the AEW stream was awesome. I thought this was awesome too. So we will consider continuing to do these reviews on the day after. So I think, well, next week I'm not going to do that because next week is WWE Elimination Chamber. But if you guys are cool, I don't mind keep on doing SmackDown reviews on Saturdays and AEW reviews on Thursdays in the afternoon. If you're cool with that. But this was great. Great turnout. Thank y'all. So, once again, I appreciate you for making me a part of your day. As you file out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. Also, give me a follow on Blue Sky. More people should follow me on Blue Sky. Let's get some numbers on that. It's down below in the description. And, of course, check out Venice AI. And I'll catch you guys next time. Right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace. When you're when you're